Hi, my name is Arden Pliggy, and today I'll be covering the topic of scientific inquiry by explaining what the scientific method is and how it can be used for an experiment. The experiment that I will be doing today is called walking water, also known as the capillary action science experiment. The scientific method is an organized way for scientists to solve a problem. The scientific method consists of a question, a hypothesis, an experiment, data and analysis, and a conclusion. To start, the question for our experiment is what will happen when we fill two cups with different colors and connect them to a center cup using paper towels. This will make more sense in a bit. Next, we have the hypothesis. The hypothesis of an experiment is where the scientist attempts to predict the answer to the questions asked previously. Often, hypotheses are written as if-then statements. Our hypothesis for this experiment is if we connect two separate cups filled with different colored water using paper towel, then the center cup will fill with water from the two outer cups as it travels through the paper towel. The next part of the scientific method is the experiment. This is where we will actually test our question and our hypothesis. It will help us determine if our hypothesis should be accepted or rejected. For our experiment, the materials needed are 3 plastic cups, 1 glass of water, 2 food coloring, 1 yellow, 1 blue, 2 paper towels, and a plastic spoon. For the experiment, we will break it up into steps. Step 1 is you're going to take your large glass of water and fill the outer 2 cups 3/4 full. For safety precautions, if you're using a glass cup, be very careful. Step 2 is you make sure you leave the middle cup empty. Step 2 is you're going to take your food dye coloring, and for this one I'm going to use yellow. Add 4 drops to 1 cup, and then you're going to take your other food coloring and add 4 drops to your other cup of water. Now you're going to take your plastic spoon and you're going to stir it in. Now that you have your 2 colored waters, you're going to take your paper towels and you're going to fold it twice, hot dog style. So 1, 2, and then fold it hamburger style so that you have a long skinny strip of paper towel shaped like this. Now you're going to repeat this step for your other paper towel. Fold it hot dog style once, hot dog style twice, and hamburger style once. Now that you have your 2 paper towels, you're going to line the cups up and place the paper towel one end in the colored water and one end in an empty cup, and do the same for your other. Once you have this set up, you're going to leave it for about 1 to 2 hours and see what happens. Here is the time lapse taken over the 2-hour period. After waiting for 2 hours, these are our final results. The next step in the scientific method is the data and analysis piece. This is where the scientist writes down observations that they observed during the experiment. There are 2 types of data that can be collected: qualitative and quantitative. Qualitative data is information that cannot be counted, measured, or easily expressed using numbers. Quantitative data is always numerical and it can be analyzed using mathematical and statistical methods. For our experiment, we collected qualitative data. The observations we made are that the middle cup is now halfway full with a green liquid. The 2 outer cups remain the same color, but they decrease in the amount of liquid that they contain. They started out 3/4 full, but now all 3 cups are equivalent in volume of liquid. We also see that paper towels between the cups are saturated with the colors that we began the experiment with. The next step is analyzing this data that we observed and figure out why this happened. We're going to begin by examining the chemical properties of water. Water is a polar molecule made up of one oxygen and two hydrogen atoms. Because it is polar, it has a slight negative charge on the oxygen atom and a slight positive charge on the hydrogen atoms. Water also is able to form hydrogen bonds easily with other water molecules. These two properties of water aid in its ability to perform in the two actions of cohesion and adhesion. Cohesion refers to the attraction of molecules to other molecules of the same kind. Adhesion refers to the tendency of molecules of different kinds to cling to one another. Both of these play a role in the process of capillary action. Water is able to move against the force of gravity because water molecules stick to each other. This is the cohesion piece. The water molecules also stick to the fiber of the paper towel, and this is the adhesion piece. As the water molecules are attracted to the fibers of the paper towel, they pull other water molecules with them. Because the adhesive forces are stronger than the cohesive forces in this situation, the water is able to travel up and across the paper towel, out of one glass and into the center cup. The last piece to the scientific method is the conclusion. The conclusion states if the hypothesis was correct or not based on the data and observations made. For this experiment, just to remind you, our hypothesis was if we connect two separate cups filled with different colored water using paper towel, then the center cup will fill with water from the two outer cups as it travels through the paper towel. Based on our observations, we can conclude that my hypothesis was in fact correct. Thank you for watching, and I hope you enjoyed it.